Hello, everyone of TBC land, as I call it, or TBCNs. This is Stephen Tyrone Cuffey, one of the ambassadors of TBC, as well as getting ready to start this broadcast meeting with my co-ambassador and my co-host, Mbeh Derick of Cameroon. Folks, it's a great pleasure to be with you all every Monday, starting our meetings. And folks, I have something to discuss with you all because like I was saying a few minutes ago, that I'm always into making sure we are all together and really on point as individuals and ourselves as TBCNs, okay? I'm always concerned about our mindset, okay? And how we see things and how we feel about ourselves and things that we can do to improve ourselves. So, folks, I want to go ahead and share my screen right now and ask everyone, Mbeh and I should be the only one that's not muted, okay? All right, so let me do this right now. Let me see if I can share my screen. See here. Okay, let me see here. Let's do this. And here. No, that's not it. Hold on just a minute. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Mbeh, can you see my screen?
Meeting.
Okay. Please mute yourself, please.
Okay.
That's some background noise. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, some background noise there.
Right.
Okay. All righty. Maybe a couple of people in the waiting room, but I can't do that and do what I'm doing here. So, okay, folks, we're talking about how to put things in perspective. How to put things in perspective. There are actually 4 different methods here today what I'm talking about, but there are certain numbers under each method. So I'm gonna go through each one. And I want you all to really listen closely. Some of this, what I'm gonna read to you, is familiar to you, okay? Some things you're gonna pick up some pointers, okay? And I'm gonna just start with this first paragraph. And it goes like this. Life can sometimes seem very overwhelming. This feeling can be normal, although it can be debilitating to routines and lifestyles. You should try to develop your own methods of putting your life in perspective, no matter what it is that has shaken you. From big life events to everyday, life has a way of throwing us an off kilter. The goal is learning to put it all in perspective. Okay, method number 1, questioning your actions and reactions. Questioning your actions and reactions. And you will see a certain picture under each one of these, okay? And number 1, method number 1, stop and consider. Okay, let me make my screen here. When you feel like you aren't able to put things in perspective, or that life seems too much, stop whatever you're doing and reflect on the situation. Take some time to ask yourself some questions and become more mindful of the situation. May help you do some things differently. Mbeh, can you mute on the other end, or do I need to do that?
Okay, Steve, let me just mute everyone. All right, things fine. Things fine now.
Okay. All right, thank you. Ask yourself, what exactly am I struggling with? Pinpointing the specifics can help identify how you can access and change. Consider, how do I really feel about this situation? If your emotions are turbulent, you are more than likely unable to put things in a clear perspective. Ponder. Why do I react this way? Why do I act this way? What are the causes? And are they appropriate? Sometimes we can overreact to a situation. Stopping to think about the reasons why we may be doing this can help put our thoughts in a clear perspective. Number 2, under method 1, accept things you cannot change. And I know a lot of us have heard that one before. Worrying about things you can that is out of your control can be futile and infuriating. This can definitely lead to a modal perspective on life. To work toward a habit of accepting things that cannot be changed, doing the following. Recognize your role in the situation. Is the situation out of control, or can you do something to change it? Stay positive. If you are in a situation that you cannot change, at least try and find something positive about it. This will help you cope. Move on. If find yourself in a recurring situation in which you have no control, analyze the steps that got you there and consider an alternative route. Number 3, under method 1, list and evaluate your perspectives. This will help you become more honest with yourself. It will also provide a tangible list to consider when trying to evaluate your values and perspectives. Okay? Consider perspectives. How do these perspectives shape you and your relationship with others? This will help you develop perspective on your life and your relationships. Ask yourself, does my view X affect the way I treat Y? For example, does my view on Judaism affect the way I treat my Christian friends? Do my parents' unhappy marriage affect the way I treat my significant other? Is it fair? Keep going. Now we under method number 2, examining things differently. You see a picture say A plus and B. You probably can see what this is leading to. Number 1, under method 2, stop comparing yourself and your actions to others. Can we be sometimes guilty of that in TBC, folks? Think about that for a moment. Okay? Comparing yourself to others in any way, like job, looks, talent, intelligence, etc., is unfair. You live in an entirely different life than others, and it has affected and shaped you differently. This will help you. This would help ease expectations you set yourself and help put your own life in perspective. Remember that you are unique. No one else has the same exact history as you. And that's a true one there. That's what makes us unique, folks. For example, do not compare your looks to your friends. I like this one here. They have had different experiences than you, and that's so true. This particular one I really kind of like, folks. If you feel like you are not as smart as your classmates, consider the fact you have a different education history and experiences than them. Number 2, under method 2, learn from history and from others. Okay. Whatever you are struggling with, a great way to put your life in perspective, to consider what has come before. Consider what has happened in history and think about your problems in relation to that. Your problems and your life may still cause you to feel strong emotions. It is very important to discount your emotions, even if you think that you might not have it that bad. Reflecting on historical facts is meant to consider change, not to discount your thoughts. Discount your thoughts. Read books on history or take a class about culture that might interest you. There are also great history podcasts that are offered for free through very reputable institutions and organizations. Number 3, under method 2, talk to others. A great way to find perspective is to talk to others. They can help you consider new viewpoints of acknowledge your, let me read that again. They can help you consider new points or acknowledge your viewpoints and opinions. Always be polite and respectful to people's perspectives, even if they are different from your own. Perspectives and stances can be personal. And number 4, on method 2, focus on what you can do. Seeing a situation as hopeless, seeing a situation as hopeless can make it hard for you to get anything done. But you can change that. If you feel like you are not capable of changing something, then try to identify something small that you could do. For an example, if you feel like you are not capable of finding a job, then try to identify what you might do to start the process. Okay. Perhaps you could identify 3 jobs that you would like to apply for, or fill out 1 job application at a place that is hiring. They have the most numbers under this particular method, by the way. Okay, this is number 5 on the method 2. Look to the future. A negative outlook may make you feel like things will never change, rather than viewing the future with hope and possibility. I want to just stop right here for a minute, folks. Can you think about our TBC admin if he looked at what he started as negative? There would be no chance where we are today, would it? We'll never be nowhere near where we are today if our dear admin had looked at what he started as something that never could be. Try to refrain any negative thoughts that let me read this again. Try to refrain any negative thoughts that you have about the present with positive thoughts about the future. For example, if you think to yourself, I am never going to finish this project. Try asking yourself something like, when I imagine myself completing this project, what do I see happening to reach that goal? Okay, we'll go on to number 6 in the method 2, identifying your feelings rather than focusing on others. Fears about how other people view you may also interfere with your ability to have a positive outlook. Instead of focus on how other people may or may not see you, try to focus on how you see your what? Yourself. For example, if you find yourself thinking, no one likes me, try asking yourself, what do I like about myself? Okay, we're now in method 3, and I said before when I started, there are 4 methods to this. Consider your place in the universe. Number 1, remember that things change. Life is in a constant motion. And like seasons, things change. Studies have found that those who can adapt and accept change in life live a happier life, and sometimes longer life. A great way to do this is to look at old pictures. You know, folks, I want to just share some with you real small here. When my mother passed away a couple of weeks ago, you know one thing I did? I looked at old pictures right here, right in this room, matter of fact. It brought back some happy memories, okay? That helped my grieving process tremendously. I'll go on. After said old pictures, it says you can see how you change physically to put things in perspective. You can take pictures of yourself in the moment to create a baseline of what you want to change. This before picture can be a great motivator and really help to focus on the now. Just showing this picture here. Yeah, number 2 under method 3, envision the world around you. You are one of more than 7 billion people on this earth. This can be comforting. This can be a comforting thought if you think you may be the only person who struggles with a specific problem. You are the only one. Okay, it says here, you are the one person in the universe. You will not be able to conquer all the world's problems on your own. Remember, this goes back to something that Admin says a lot throughout, just in general. This whole thing cannot be done by myself. Can't do it by himself, folks. I don't care how great a man he is, he cannot build this TBC organization by himself. Okay. Another great way to gain perspective is to watch documentaries to learn and about the world around you. Your local library may have some great ones to get you started. Learning about in other cultures or history can definitely put your life in perspective. Number 3 on method 3, put yourself in someone else's shoes. If you are struggling with your own problems, consider people less fortunate than you. One way is to do this is to tap into your own empathy. Think about how many children go without food and do not have families. Use this empathy for food and consider giving to therapy. Now, Mbeh and myself as Goodwill ambassadors, folks, this one here kind of touched my heart when I saw this part here, because us, like many people in TBC, likes helping others. And you can see in our Kringle Cash back office some pictures of us doing that as evidence of that. Number 4 in method 3. And I know this is a lot of reading, folks, but just bear with me because we're almost finished. Okay, number 4 under method 3, acknowledge that you are only a small part of the universe. As with the world's occupation, it is sometimes comforting, although sometimes awing and scary, to think about what a vast universe we live in. For example, the sun, which is so small in the sky, is 93 million miles away. When we consider this, it is easy to see how small we really are and how small our problems can be. To do this, stargaze. The sky looks endless. Check our pictures of the universe. There, let's just say here, check our pictures of the universe. They are great free images available to showcase just how beautiful and vast the universe is. They got some subtitles here down at the bottom you can click on. And by the way, I will put this link in our chat area when I finish. Number 4 in method 3, maintain perspective. Create attainable goals. Create attainable goals. One step to maintain perspective is to create attainable goals rather than focusing on too big or unreachable goals. For an example, if you need to lose 100 pounds and you cannot quite put that in perspective or believe it, try breaking it down in smaller goals. For example, try starting with losing 5 pounds a month. Number 2, under method number 4. This is our last method, folks. Forgive yourself. You cannot move on and put your life in perspective without first forgiving yourself. Acknowledge what you struggle with and then work toward forgiving yourself. For an example, if you feel that you are holding on to a past mistake, you can try writing down what it is you need to forgive yourself for. After this acknowledgement, think about the associated feelings with this past action. Take small steps from this to let go on those feelings and get a fresh perspective. Number 3 under method number 4. This is our last method, folks. Avoid the dramatic. If you find yourself stressed and out of perspective because of the drama in your life, try to remove yourself from dramatic situations. Avoid hanging out with friends who like to cause personal drama. I know y'all know this. Y'all know a lot of people know this one. Consider changing careers to maintain a healthy outlook on life. Surround yourself with people who make you feel good and encourage the positive. Got pictures here. Number 4 under method number 4. Okay. Got all these pop-ups. Okay. To maintain a healthy perspective, you should always remember that you're your own person. You and no one else are responsible for your own actions or reactions. Take time to pamper yourself. Take a day off and do something you enjoy. This will help you realize that you make it on your own. Make it on your own. Think about what you want to achieve out of life and not someone else expects you to do. Okay, I think is that it? Yep, I think that, yeah, that's it. Okay, folks, I know that was a little long, but I really like this particular passage here. Okay. Let me stop screen sharing now for a minute. Let's do this. Let me put it in chat for you. If I can here, because I got so many pop-ups here. Mbeh, what do you think about that passage? Pretty interesting, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting, Steve. Wow.
You know, it
Please
really
don't
makes you
forget to
look at
share us
yourself.
the
It makes you
link.
look at yourself, you know?
Yeah, of course. You know, many of us, we spend time laying blames. But when you look at some of the points that you just mentioned there, there shouldn't be any reason for you to blame whatsoever, or blame yourself, or blame the people around you. Steve, let me tell you, there was a time that at one point in my life, I was actually blaming the rich people. I had cousins, I had uncles that were very rich, but I was so bitter with them that I couldn't even, I never wanted to even see them. You know, I have uncles in the US, I have cousins and all that, and I was broke. And because I was broke, I was so bitter with them. Like, you guys have all this money, you cannot help the family, blah, blah, blah. So at one point in time, I asked myself, why should I even blame them? I think I should start figuring myself. So I decided to forgive myself. I went deep into myself and I clear off all the bitterness, you know. And by the time I did that, I started being grateful for what I already have, for what is already happening in my life. And that is how things begin to change. So these points that you just mentioned, Steve, remind me of a lot of things, I tell you. And today, I'm telling you, I understand what those my uncles they were going through, because when you are rich in Africa, you are not rich for yourself alone. You are rich for the entire family, the entire cousins, and some people will even claim that they are your family members that you don't even know them. That's how it is. So I now understand what they were going through. But in order for things to change for you, you need to really, really go in. You need to look deep inside you, and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Whatever has happened, just forgive yourself and start being grateful for the little that you have. And before you know it, when you apply all the things that you just mentioned, that's how things will just change for you, Steve. Thank you for sharing.
Right, because you know, when you want to present TBC to someone that's new, you don't beat yourself up thinking, oh, well, they may have heard something like that before, or what they may be thinking of what what you're saying to them, how they would perceive it per se. See, when you do that, folks, guess what's going on? The problem is not with that person. The problem is with you. Because you're already perceiving what they may be thinking about what you're offering. You know?
Yeah.
That's one reason why I have always been big on us improving ourselves as TBCians. Because none of us are perfect.
Right.
I go and read these things, folks. I go and dissect things to improve myself, to be a better person. When I'm talking to someone about TBC or anything I want them to talk to them about in life. So, folks, are there anyone here that would like to give any viewpoints on what I just went over, or anything you'd like to say regarding what I went over today? Anyone just got any hands? Let me see. I don't see anybody yet. And folks, let me ask you a question. Oh, I see a hand, Benjamin.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
How you doing, Mr. Benjamin?
Please, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing just great, sir.
Thank God. Actually, concerning what you just said, I think some time ago I was trying to share this good news with a friend, and then initially I didn't have the confidence, so she was like, "It doesn't really make sense that you have not done anything, and then someone will just send you money into your account like that." So when she said that, I was a bit stunned. I couldn't really deliver, and but with time, I've come to know something small, and then I'm still building confidence and learning a lot, so that if I get to the public and then I'm teaching someone with the confidence alone and with the knowledge acquired, I'll be able to convince them to be able to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. See?
So yeah. So I think that if you have enough knowledge, you have confidence. Yes. So the whole thing is centered on acquiring more knowledge to be able to deliver or to be able to convince the people, and it's for their own good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I have to say.
So true. I'm telling you, brother, I'm glad you mentioned what you just said. I'm so happy. Uh, what you're saying is so true. And see, that shows he's an example. You could use yourself as an example as you talking about TBC to someone else or a group of people. Let me ask you a question, folks. Do y'all think micro investments Mbeh could give meetings among hundreds of people? With I've seen them in person speak with confidence. Do you think he could do that before he became a TBCN? Could you do that before you became a TBCN, Mbeh?
I didn't get the question still.
I was saying, when you speak to a group, an audience about TBC,
Right.
before you was a TBCN, could you see yourself? I mean, could you do that? Could you do that?
Well,
with confidence, like you do now.
the truth is that the confidence has really increased. I was actually a classroom teacher before TBC, or I think before TBC, and then I stopped teaching like after 3 years. Then I joined TBC. But I think that ever since I joined TBC, I've really improved in many areas, Steve. Even that confidence has increased. It has increased a lot. I can face anybody in the world right now, even the president of my country, I can face him. But at first, it was not like that. So there's a lot of improvement. There's a lot of improvement, and I still want to improve for the better.
Yeah, because I've seen Mbeh, believe it or not, since I was over last in 2020 with you, I still see even more improvements in you today, believe it or not. And just in your broadcast, right. And when you do when you moderating the master adopter meeting, I see it, and I actually see it in some of you here. I think about Brother Noli and different other members in this country. So, right. But so let me ask y'all a question here. Today, what do you think the key word is? I'm sure y'all know it. Mbeh, I know you know what it is. There it is. Perspective. Perspective.
Oh my God.
Perspective is the key word today, folks. It was in the title of this. And it's all small case, nothing large. Perspective. So
beautiful.
So folks, let me share my screen here again. Just go, we all know what to do. Just go into meetings, broadcast meetings. You see the link here for our broadcast meeting. And once I it downloads to my computer and I'm making a YouTube form, this will go, the YouTube link will be here, okay? But perspective. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. And let me, you'll get your credit. You see that it did match. So it's perspective. So if you go in your KCBO and just put in all small case, it could be all small case, and put in the word perspective. That's the key word for our broadcast meeting today, folks. Okay, do we have anybody else that would like to say anything here or ask any question?
No.
No, nobody here. Okay. All right, folks. Well, this was our broadcast meeting today, folks, and we'll be having our weekly meetings starting in the next few minutes. And Mbeh, you will definitely see me there. And we'll have more for everyone. Just try to support as many as you can, folks. I know Brother Noli will be starting his and others as well. And we'll have our TBC Master Adopted meeting as well, folks. Okay. So I guess we can leave our meeting today and say, let's put things in perspective in TBC. Let's put things in perspective in TBC. Okay? So everybody can unmute and say,
let's put things in perspective.
Let's put things in perspective in TBC.
Perspective in TBC.
In perspective in
let's put everything
TBC.
in perspective in TBC.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, I will see y'all in the next meeting. And me and my brother Tenny will be trying to guess the keyword of Mbeh like we always do.
You are making Mbeh to try to get the hardest word in the.
Oh my God.
I hope you didn't tell him, Brother Stephen.
Okay, folks. Let's put things in perspective in TBC. I'll see y'all at the next meeting. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mhm.
See Ambassador.